In recent years, minimalism has become a popular trend. From capsule wardrobes to tiny homes, many people are embracing the idea of living with less. But what is the true cost of being a minimalist? Is it all sunshine and rainbows, or are there downsides to this lifestyle? Let's unveil the true cost of living a minimalist lifestyle. One of the most obvious benefits of minimalism is that it can save you money. When you're not constantly buying new things, you're naturally going to spend less money. This can be especially true if you're someone who used to buy things on a whim without really thinking about whether or not you needed them. Minimalism can also reduce your stress levels. When you're not surrounded by clutter, you're likely to feel calmer and more relaxed. This can be especially true if you're someone who tends to feel overwhelmed by mess and chaos. However, there are also some potential downsides to being a minimalist, which goes back to our main question: what is the cost of minimalism? Before we can answer this question, aside from its benefits, we also need to know its downsides. One of the biggest is that it can be hard to stick to. For some people, the urge to accumulate stuff is just too strong. Even if they manage to declutter their home, they may find themselves constantly buying new things to fill the void. Another downside of minimalism is that it can be isolating. When you're not surrounded by stuff, it can be harder to connect with other people. For example, if you don't have a lot of books or movies, it may be hard to find common ground with someone who does. Finally, minimalism can be seen as an intentional luxury lifestyle. While it's true that you don't need a lot of money to be a minimalist, it's also true that many people can't afford to give up their possessions. If you're struggling to make ends meet, the idea of getting rid of everything you own may not be feasible. So, what is the true cost of being a minimalist? Ultimately, the true cost of minimalism cannot be measured and will not be the same for everybody. For some, the benefits of minimalism far outweigh the downsides. For others, the opposite may be true. The key is to find a balance that works for you. If you're thinking about becoming a minimalist, it's important to take things slow. Don't measure how minimalist or non-minimalist you are. Find the right balance that suits you. Don't try to declutter your entire home in one weekend. Instead, start with one room or even one drawer. Take the time to really think about what you want to keep and what you can live without. It's also important to remember that minimalism isn't an all-or-nothing proposition. You don't have to get rid of everything you own to be a minimalist. Instead, focus on getting rid of the things that don't bring you joy or add value to your life. Another important thing to keep in mind is that minimalism is a personal choice. It's not something you should feel pressured to do because it's trendy or because other people are doing it. If you're happy with the way you're living, that's what matters most. In the end, the cost of being a minimalist is both positive and negative. While it can save you money and reduce your stress levels, it can also be hard to stick to and isolating. However, the key is to find a balance that works for you. If you enjoy watching this video, consider watching the next video to learn more about minimalism, decluttering, and living a simple life.